So here's the solid wood table we found at Restore. It was only $40. I sanded it down a little just to start with an even base. Look at that wood grain, isn't that beautiful? I'm going for a more straight finish, so I'm not going to go into the grain. I used Dixie Belle All Naturel. It's a water-based gel stain, and I'm going to put 2 coats on. And what I love about this gel stain is it takes down that honey tone and gives you a nice natural palette to start with. And then you can build from it, or you can leave it blank. This is what it looks like with the 2 coats. Next, I'm going to use Dark and Decrepit by Debbie's DIY paint. I love this color. It makes anything look aged. So I'm going to take a wet sponge and wipe all the excess off, and then wipe it all over the table. And if I want to take some off, or I want it lighter, I just keep taking the wet sponge and wiping it back until I have the depth that I want on this piece. And there it is with a coat of Dark and Decrepit. Next, I'm going to start with Dixie Belle's drop cloth, and I'm going to take about a tablespoon of that, mix in a nice amount of water, and it's going to give me a nice wash to work with. So it probably looks like I'm putting this on pretty heavy with this brush, but it's really just watered down color, so it's going to give me a lot of control to remove as much of the paint color as I want. And this is completely a personal preference. You can use this like a wash and keep it as light as you want, as heavy as you want. That's totally up to you, and however you choose to do it is fine. I'm going for kind of that French country color. So I'm going to wipe it back probably pretty heavy and just leave some white streaks here and there throughout. And here it is with 1 coat of wash. Now I'm going to add some Van Dyke brown glaze. The reason I'm doing this is because the chairs that I have, the 2 end chairs coming in, they have a warm undertone to them, and I just want to add some warmth to my house. I feel like it's just been so white and gray, and I like that warm feeling. So you see, I'm just dipping this into the glaze, and then I'm wiping a lot of it back. And then I'm just going to take my brush and throw some color on here, lightly brush it. And then I'm just taking that wet rag and wiping it in to add some of that nice warm brown undertone to it. And again, with this, you can go as dark as you want or as light as you want. This is completely up to you. And here's the finished tabletop. Now we're going to work on the base, the pedestal. I'm using drop cloth again. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep my brush nice and damp, which is why I have my mister with me. And I'm just going to keep hitting this base lightly with some of the drop cloth. I want it to look vintage and worn, and I don't want to hit it real heavy with paint. Now I'm going to take a dry rag and just rub that color into the wood. It's going to take it off in some places and just kind of rub it in and give it a soft look. And that's exactly what I'm going for. You can't mess this up because wherever you take it off, it's going to look like it was supposed to be that way anyway. I'm going to keep my brush nice and damp so that I don't hit that pedestal with too much coverage on my paint. Otherwise, it's hard to kind of rub it in and give it that soft look. So the more water I add, the better. It gives me a lot more control. And I'm just going all different ways to get that drop cloth color covering the base. And rubbing it in some more. And you just want to use a light hand on this. You don't want to go in heavy at all, just kind of gingerly. Now once most of the color is off my brush, then you'll see I start taking my brush and kind of rubbing it into the grain to get what's left of that drop cloth onto the pedestal. And there you have it. I still have to seal the top, and I have 2 benches coming in that I have to do this same exact finish on. But if you have any questions, hit me up in comments, or you can stop in the store and I can go over the whole technique with you when I'm there. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching.